Yo, my friend. Happy Sunday. It's May the 6th, and it's the 24 hours of action. This is hour number 12. We are halfway home, my friends, of these 24 consecutive days where I am dedicating exactly 1 hour to my goal of creating consistent, valuable content across these variety of platforms, whether you're listening to me on a podcast, watching the video on YouTube, or just reading the blog. I'm creating valuable content every single day between the hours of 4:45 a.m. and 5:45 a.m. Pacific time. 24 hours of action. Just a daily peek inside this goal of creating content with the emphasis being on consistency and action, not perfection. Halfway home, guys. Day number 12, hour number 12. This morning was a little rough when I woke up. I had these feelings of self-doubt, I think, that hadn't really hit me much over the last 12 days. It's kind of this, what am I doing? What am I doing this for? As far as, this getting up at 4:30 a.m. to spend this hour creating this content. And I think that's a normal feeling. This, the imposter syndrome, if you've ever heard of that before, just this idea that who am I to be creating this content? Who's interested in listening to me talk or consuming this blog post or this video that I created? I think it's a normal feeling, and I definitely hit it this morning, but kind of pulled out of it now. Spending this first half of the this hour of action writing my blog post and doing my Instagram and Facebook Live, I get that mindset back of I really get a sense of why I'm doing this. And that's really important, to not lose focus on your why, because you're going to have those moments of self-doubt and where it's real easy just to say, to heck with it, I'm just going to stay in bed today. But if you're real solid on your why, it's a lot easier to push through those moments, and certainly experience that today. So today, Sunday, I'm going to run down 12 actions and mindset shifts that you can make today to help you achieve your goals. And if you've been with me for the past 11 hours of action, you're gonna notice that some of these might sound familiar, and that's okay. I just wanted to go over some of the highlights of some of the topics from the first 11 days and just maybe touch on them, give a little bit of follow-up, and then I've got actually a 12th mini topic to add to this list. So 12 actions that you can take today to help you achieve your goals. Number 1, choose not to let people ruin your day. And this is huge, because this is running into challenging individuals and challenging situations can happen literally every single day, sometimes multiple times over the course of a day. And when you're faced with these challenges, it's important to recognize your role in setting the tone. And a tactic that I like to use, whether I'm dealing with people at work or my kids, is to set wide boundaries, wide but firm boundaries. Go as wide as you're willing to go with your boundaries with people. Give them the room to move and the freedom to be themselves. But then you have to be assertive on the flip side. When those boundaries do get crossed, you have to be assertive, but you also have to realize that it's your reaction, not the other person's action, that's going to make the difference in how it affects you. Because people are going to do what they're going to do, and I relate this to my kids especially. Kids are going to do what they're going to do, and it's the way I react that has the lasting impact on my day and on my life. Action number 2 you can take today. Get excited about today. Think of today as an opportunity to make memories that you're going to think back on fondly someday. And I relate this back to childhood. A lot of folks have very fond childhood memories those memories are so strong that they actually begin to relate the fondness of those memories with the time that they grew up in, with the time itself, as though the reason that they were so happy as kids was because of the era they grew up in, whether it was the 70s or the 80s or the 90s. That's not true. Those childhood memories are sweet because they're so charged with emotion, and that's why those memories stay so strong today. And we have triggers. We all have triggers, things that that we might be reminded of something from that era we grew up in that's going to trigger those memories, but it's not the era itself. So what I say to that is, let's make some of those memories today. I'm 41 years old. Maybe when I'm 51 or 61 years old, I want to look back on 2018 just as fondly as I do for, say, 1985, which when I was 8 years old. Is that possible? I don't know. Is it hard? Yes, it's hard as an adult to make those real powerful, strong, emotional memories, because I think we've kind of grown jaded over the years, and it's harder to be impacted the way we were as kids. But if we do our darndest to try to engage and get excited about today, I think we're all going to be happier for it. Action number 3, you can take today. Share your intentions. If you want something, if you want to do something, if you want to accomplish something, tell the world about it. Remarkable things can happen when you share your intentions. And I get into this in greater detail in my blog post and the podcast from hour number 3. Go back and listen to that if you haven't. But I believe the bolder you are in sharing your intentions, whatever those intentions are, the bolder you are in sharing those intentions, the better off you're going to be and the better chance you're going to have of fulfilling those intentions. Action number 4, find your tribe. It's never been easier, my friend. Never, ever, ever been easier in the history of the world to connect with like-minded people in this world. Take advantage of the technology we have and connect with people who are excited about the things you're excited about, who are passionate about the things that you're passionate about. Connect with these people, and you and these other people can collectively take each other's goals and success to a higher level than you can do on your own. Action number 5, you can take today. Share what you know. Everyone is an expert in something. You, my friend, are an expert in something. I spoke about this briefly earlier, the imposter syndrome. And this, I think, is a big inhibitor to people sharing what they know in a real way. Is you get that sort of that feeling that, who am I to teach anything? Who cares about what I have to say? Who wants to listen to me talk? Or who wants to read a blog post that I wrote? The answer is somebody. Somebody does. And perhaps a lot of somebodies. You do something better than most. There's something you do, my friend, that you do better than most people and possibly better than all people. Share that knowledge you have. And even if you're only a little bit better, even if you're not a world-renowned expert in a topic, just think, for example, on a 20-step journey. And even if you're only on step 2 of that 20-step journey, there's somebody back on step 1 who needs your help. Help them. Share what you know and share it as you learn it. And the world will be a better place for it, and you'll be happier and perhaps better off even financially, because there's a lot of people that make a really good living sharing, just simply by sharing what they know about whatever topic they happen to be passionate about, whatever topic they happen to be an expert in. So share what you know. Number 6, always add value. This is a simple one, but I'll explain just a little bit. When you enter a new situation or you enter a new relationship with a person, approach it with this mindset. Approach with the mindset of, what can I do to add value to this situation? What can I do to add value to this person's life, their mission, things that they are passionate about? Individuals, people who add value, who consistently add value, don't go hungry. There's always a place for people to add value, and people are going to want you around. They're going to want you on their team. They're going to want you in their tribe. Just figure out ways to add value. And once you just kind of adopt this mindset shift of adding value, you'd be surprised about how quickly your mind starts to go to work for you. And you begin to more quickly identify ways to add value to a variety of situations that you happen to be in. Number 7, stay out of the time-sucking vortex. My friend, time is your most scarce and valuable resource. Eliminate, or at least reduce the number of low-impact choices from your day. What I mean by low-impact choices, things like, what am I going to wear today? What am I going to have for lunch? Those are important choices that have to be made, but the amount of time I think that many of us spend on choices like this is not consistent with the importance of the choice. And that time that you spend making those seemingly simple choices can be much better spent doing things that matter. Number 8, find time to clear your mind. Build time in your day. Find time in your day to take a walk, to just sit and think, to clear your mind of the clutter that all of our minds get filled with over the course of a day. I find, and perhaps you'll find too, I hope you'll find too, that your best ideas and your moments of clarity will come when you've managed to free your mind of this clutter that we all have in our mind. Number 9, education. Education is everywhere. Go find it. My friend, personal growth over the rest of your life, starting today, moving forward till your last day. All personal growth that you're going to achieve is going to come from listening to people in some form, whether it's one-on-one conversation or reading a book, listening to a podcast, a video. It's all going to come from listening to other people and the experiences and the expertise and the perspective of other people. And in 2018, again, I know I harp on this all the time, but the wealth of knowledge that's literally at our fingertips is just astounding. Between our smartphones and our computers, you can access the amount of knowledge you can access within seconds is remarkable. And on any topic, whatever you're interested in, whatever you're passionate about, there's an education out there for you, and take advantage of it. Take advantage of it every single day. And it's going to add up to a lot of success over time. Number 10, allow your beliefs to be challenged. This is perhaps my favorite one. Allow your beliefs to be challenged, because there is no downside. There's no downside to allowing your beliefs to be challenged. When you're talking to new people, even if they have opposing views, even if they have polar opposite views from your own, try to listen more than you talk. Try to ask questions rather than constantly offering counter arguments, or be thinking about what you're going to say next, or tearing apart their point of view while they're talking. Because remember, conversation, like I said, on a similar note as the education is everywhere point, when you're engaged in conversation with anybody, when you're the one doing the talking, you're not learning anything. So just consider that. When you're not talking, you're learning. When you're talking, you're not learning. It's pretty simple. Number 11, the 11th action you can take today to move your goals forward is show up every day. Show up every day. There's no silver bullet for success. There's not that one thing you can do right now that's just going to turn your whole world on its axis and turn you from a failure into a success. But the best thing you can do for yourself, and more importantly, for those you want to serve, is to simply show up every day. Tell the world what you're going to do, and then do it, and then keep doing it, and keep doing it, and keep doing it. Finally, number 12. The 12th action you can take right now, today. Don't reinvent the wheel. Don't reinvent anything that's already been invented. So this podcast right here today is a perfect example of that. Repurposing an idea. The first 11 of these 12 points I've discussed already. I've already written detailed blog posts on each of these points. But I was able to summarize them in a shorter version and create a whole new episode out of these existing ideas. So if you have a good idea, if you have a success tactic, something that's proven to work for you in the past, use it again. Use it again and again and again and again and again and again and again. All right, my friend, we're almost at 15 minutes. This is officially the longest episode of the 24 Hours of Action, and it will probably stay that way. I think this has run a little bit long, so I'm going to wrap it up right now. Head over to 24 Hours of Action. Get on the mailing list. Have some fun with this thing. We're halfway home, my friend. I'll see you tomorrow.